何も怖くなんてないんだ This is a place to try そして僕らきっと辛いだってを決して離さないんで明日へかける Let's sing loudly We are the one for the future
Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Naruto chapter 688. Alright, and this should be a quick review because this chapter is actually pretty simple. You might be thinking, what, how is this a simple chapter? Well, that's because no matter what scene you look at in this chapter, you can essentially say the same thing to each one.
Now think about that for 1 minute. That does not make sense.
Yeah, it just does not make sense. Alright, listen. The flashback, not the flashback, but like the stuff in like that weird world that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Alright, like where are they right now? Like I was willing to accept it back when Kakashi met his dad. Alright, like back in Pain's Invasion. Like I can understand that, but like what is this? Like what? Like this dude Obito. Wait, what? Like he pulled Kakashi in. Like I just don't. First of all, Obito, he's talking the way he would from 20 years ago. Like he's like the way he's talking. It's actually Obito from 20 years ago. Like actually, like he even told Kakashi, "I just gave you that present. That I just gave you that eye as a present." It's like what? He's talking from 20 years ago, while referencing stuff from like now. Like that dynamic just doesn't. It just doesn't flow, okay? Like, no, you can't be in the past and the present at the same time. That just doesn't make sense. Unless you go back to the past, because that would then become your present. But forget about that. Forget about that, all right? The point is that it doesn't make sense, all right? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And then he pulled Kakashi, and he pulled a freaking Kirito from the end of Sword Art Online. The game Sword Art Online, like episode 14, when Kirito loses and he dies, but then doesn't actually die and he becomes like this hologram thing. Like he put a Kirito. It just didn't make sense. He died and then he came back like as a hologram, like ghost thing, and he pulled Kakashi in to this world, that whatever that world is, and it better not be Kishi better not try and pull this it's Infinite Tsukuyomi kind of thing. That wouldn't make any sense, all right? Because it is what Infinite Tsukuyomi looks like back when Madara first used it, before when he used it on Obito in Obito's flashback. And it was like all white and everything, and he didn't add anything to it. And Madara did become younger when he did it, and when Obito put Kakashi in, Kakashi became younger too. He became his 20-year younger self too. So I don't know, maybe it is Infinite Tsukuyomi, I don't know, but that wouldn't make any kind of sense, because when did he activate it? And like, what? No, let me not even get into that, because I'm about to get into all this crap that just no. Let me not even get into the whole Infinite Tsukuyomi thing, because I'm about to go into something completely different. So, but the point is that like this, it just it just doesn't make sense. All right, like he shouldn't be able to pull Kakashi. He shouldn't. This world shouldn't even exist. Okay, like this shouldn't even be a thing. All right, how did he come back into like a ghost, and like, and how did he give Kakashi the Mangekyo Sharingan? Isn't even the Mangekyo Sharingan? Is this EMS? Like I don't remember if you have to be Uchiha to have the EMS. I don't remember. But if you don't have to be Uchiha, you just have to have the eyes. Then he's got EMS. Then probably. And Obito said it was a temporary thing, but I'm not sure I believe that. Because if Kakashi's going to become the 6th Hokage, all right, then he's got to retain this power up, or else he's not going to be strong enough to be a Hokage. Because Kakashi's main offense, his main offensive tactics involve the Sharingan. He's the copy ninja, Kakashi of the Sharingan, the man who's copied 1,000 jutsu. Like, what's he? Without the Sharingan, all he can do is Chidori, Earth Wall and freaking summoning jutsu and summoning Pakun. What's Pakun gonna do? Like, what's Pakun gonna do against a freaking enemy? Like, you know, like, all Kakashi's got is the Chidori and like its different forms. You know, the lightning clone, the thing, the Chidori he used against Pain, where he went like that, it became like a hound, like a lightning dog, and like went towards Pain and stuff like that. You know, like he's got the Chidori in its different forms, and he's got an Earth Wall. Like, what else is he gonna do? Like, you know, he's got the basics like substitution jutsu, but that doesn't even exist in the series anymore. Because if it did exist, then a lot less people would be dead right now. Like Neji, all he had to do was put a log right there, and he'd be alive right now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All he had to do was put a log right there, and he'd be alive. All right. So, whatever. I guess you could say he was thinking so quickly that he just didn't. No, that doesn't make. I guess you could say that he was moving on instinct, so he didn't have time to actually think. Like, oh, let me use substitution jutsu. You know, whatever the hand signs are, whatever. Uh, yeah, I'm getting off on a tangent. Um, Going off on a tangent. Wow, that's completely not what I meant to say. Wow. But Kakashi, I don't see how he can become a Hokage without the Sharingan because he just doesn't have the skill to become Hokage. Like, you think of some of the other people in the village who, they're like, is Kakashi like Kakashi was one of the stronger people in the village because you think about it, who else in the village is going to come close to him? Tsunade is like the only one. Like, who else? Like Guy, like that's it. You know, like who else? Freaking Ibisu or Ebisu, like that guy's not going to become Hokage, you know. Like who else is going to Ibiki? Maybe Ibiki. Because Ibiki's actually pretty legit. Ibiki's pretty awesome. You know, Ibiki, the dude who does like all the torture stuff, like that dude, the dude who was the first proctor in the Chunin exams, and like in Pain's Invasion, he had a fight and he tried to capture that rhino thing and send it underground, and he captured the human path and tried to torture her, but since she was dead, it didn't hurt. You know, like that dude, he could probably make a pretty good Hokage. But other than that, like who else can really be Hokage except for him, Kakashi, and Tsunade, and Naruto and Sasuke, obviously. But you know, who else in the village? Like Kurenai, she's pregnant. Asuma, he's dead. You know, like who else is there? You know, there's no one. So then it's like I don't know. I guess maybe Kakashi could be Hokage. No, because if he doesn't have a Sharingan, he'd be weaker than Guy, right? Oh yeah, and Guy too. If he didn't have a Sharingan, he'd be weaker than Guy, right? So like I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too much, but if Guy is alive right now because Naruto can heal him because of some crazy whatever that no one likes, then I think that Kakashi can probably keep this power up. All right. Never mind. I was about to compare it to Fairy Tail and say if Natsu and God Shield can keep freaking Lightning Fire Dragon mode and Iron Shadow Dragon mode or whatever they call it, then Kakashi can keep this. But I don't even want to get into that. No, that's complete no, just no. All right. But yeah, it still makes no sense how Kakashi get this world. The chakra is what connects these two worlds. Like no, no. What two world? What is this world? Like, what do you say? Well, that's philosophical. That's philosophical. What is this world? But still, like you know, it just forget it. No. It just didn't make sense. All right. Moving on. Finally, after I said it was going to be a short video, obviously not. Well, for my standards, it kind of is, but you know, whatever. After that, the fight continues. The arm that got cut off of Kage was the one with Black Zetsu, and it gets pinned against the ground with chakra rods. Yeah. Naruto hits Kaguya with 9 different tail beat. What was like super tail beast Rasen Shuriken. I don't even remember what it was called. It was 9 Rasen Shuriken, 9 Narutos, 8 clones, 1 real one, I would assume. But 9 Narutos, 9 Rasen Shurikens, each one with chakra from a different tailed beast. So, you know, Kurama, Gyuki, Lucky 7 Chomei. Uh, I'm going in reverse order, by the way. Um, who's the 6 tails? Kokuwo. No, Kokuwo's the 5 tails. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Alright. Who is the 6 tails? Oh, that's the freaking slug thing. Freaking Saiken. Now, yeah, screw it. Screw Saiken. Saiken, Kokuwo, Son Goku, Isobu. What is this freaking Two Tails with Yugito? I forgot the Two Tails name. The freaking Fire Cat thing. Yo. That's like one of my favorite ones, too. I forgot. Oh, well, who cares? I'll remember sooner or later. But, you know, Ross and Shuriken with each one, okay? Then he hits Kaguya. Then she loses control of the... And she turns into a blob, like a rabbit, and freaking, like, pill beast heads popping out everywhere, 10 arms. The 10 tails became unstable, and her mind didn't have the consciousness to control it, or some stupid crap. You know, who cares? Seriously, at this point, I'm convinced. I am convinced that Masashi Kishimoto's editors are forcing him to extend the series because Naruto is the 4th best-selling manga in the history of Weekly Shonen Jump, probably in the history of Japan in general. All right, they just don't want the money to stop flowing in. I'm convinced. They did it for Death Note, so why wouldn't they do it for Naruto? All right, I'm convinced. I'm convinced this is happening. I'm convinced. All right, because there's like this is silly. This is the freaking 4th final villain, 5th final villain. Because at first, no, it was Obito, then it was Obito and Madara, then it was Obito as the 10 tailed Jinchuriki, then it was Madara, then it was Madara as the 10 tailed Jinchuriki, then it was Madara as the 10 tailed Jinchuriki after absorbing the tree as well, and then it was Kaguya, and now it's like a different villain. It's like, oh my god, like just stop, like, oh man, it's too much. It's too much. It's just too much. And then in the end, Sakura gets attacked. Kakashi comes in, perfect Susanoo, boom, and now he's in the fight. Which, of course, people are going to use that as an excuse to hate on Sakura, but when you really stop to think about it, Sakura is a Chunin who obviously cannot defeat a god, so why do people act like she sucks for not being able to beat a god, when if she did beat a god, that would be what really sucks, because it wouldn't make any sense, you know? So why, like, you're getting, people would say Sakura sucks because she can't beat a god, but obviously she can't beat a god, and you don't think she can beat a god, so why are you saying she sucks for doing exactly what she is in the range of her character to do, you know? Like, it doesn't make sense. But people are going to say, you know, oh man, Sakura sucks. No, she doesn't. She's, no, no. That's like saying Sakura sucks for being saved after being attacked from a god is like saying Armin from Attack on Titan sucks after getting saved by Eren in Titan mode, you know? You wouldn't say that, would you? No, but once it's Sakura, all of a sudden the irrationality comes in. And now all of a sudden, oh man, she sucks so much. Literally, no matter what happened, you would say she sucks. If she avoided it, you would say she sucks. Because there's no way she should be able to avoid the attack of a god. And if she doesn't avoid it, oh my god, she needed to be saved after being attacked from a god. Oh, she sucks. You know, either way, you're going to say she sucks either way. So it's that irrationality, the irrational hate of Sakura Haruno. But when you put another character from another series in that same position, all of a sudden now they don't suck anymore. Whatever. I'm getting off topic now. Whatever. That's it for the review. That's it. Again, much longer than it needed to be, and much longer than it was intended to be. But whatever. Overall, just give this chapter a 4 out of 10. It was a bad chapter. It really was. Now I'll give it a 3.5. Actually, I'll give it a 3.5. All right, a 3.5 out of 10 because this chapter was just stupid. Nothing made sense. It was no. It was no. No, there was story progression, obviously, but I mean, like, no, just no, just no. All right, so the chapter gets a 3.5 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.